Welcome to the Course Creators Circle podcast, where we talk all things course creation with your host, ideas strategist, and Thinkific approved expert, Linda Reed-Enever. The Course Creators Circle podcast is home to Linda's top tips, along with interviews with experts and course creators just like you. Get ready for practical tips you can implement in your course creation journey with your host, Linda Reed-Enever.
Hi everyone, Linda Reed-Enever. Welcome back to the Course Creators Circle podcast. I'm the Course Creators Circle founder, Thinkific approved expert, and I love helping you get knowledge and ideas out of your head and taking it to market. Today we're going to be delving into one of my favorite topics, and that is the role of education marketing when it comes to course creation. So in this episode, we're going to look at what is educational marketing, using the content that you already have to lead to your courses, the power of using ebooks and webinars as lead magnets, and educational nurture sequences that can lead people through to your courses. So let's start off with what is education marketing. Education marketing not only places you as an expert in your field, but it empowers your students to know more and create better working relationships. Using education marketing, you're able to empower your students to make an informed choice, show them what your education and teaching style is like so that they can get a feel for it and make sure that it is what they're wanting to work with, and you can grow your audience at the same time. Not everyone in our audience and not every student that we're going to work with is going to be ready to work with us at that point in time. So growing our audience, seeding them in. So everything in marketing, as far as I'm concerned, and education is a tree. Everything starts with a seed. So when we educate our market, we grow our audience. By answering the questions they have, that becomes our lead magnets. And we're able to use things like webinars and ebooks to answer those questions. If you have not checked it out, check out a handy tool called AnswerThePublic. AnswerThePublic, you can put in the keywords or the key topic that you're about to teach, run a search on it, and look at the opportunities of how you can create content that's going to answer those questions that are going into Google on a regular basis. Educating your market also builds trust and loyalty. When your students learn something from you and it works, they get a win. It builds their trust with each win that they get to eventually to the moment in time that they're prepared to hand out that credit card and work with you that bit further. Educating your market also builds your authority. You're seen as the person teaching this stuff out there in the public. You get a reputation as being known as the go-to person for this topic. Once you become that go-to person and people are referring to you, then you're the person who has the information and the base to back up what you're about to offer behind your gateway and your paid courses. Education marketing also helps you retain and upsell the existing students. Once you have a student, it's easier to lead them to the next step. And when we think about putting our course creation journey together, we should think about our courses and go, okay, well, this is course one. Where's the next course from there? And then how do we use our marketing strategies, our nurture sequences to help people get there? So educational marketing methods you can use. You can look at the content you already have. You can look at live and evergreen webinars. You can look at cheat sheets and ebooks. You can look at guest writing and appearing in front of other people's audiences. So let's start with the blog post, for example. Blog posts are a natural way to attract a student. And chances are, if you're looking at creating a course, you've done a little bit of blogging already. So think for a minute about what blogs you already have that you can add a call to action to. People can lead through to your course, or they can opt in for that freebie or that download to kick off the nurture sequence that's going to lead to the course. Videos are another great way. If you've been creating videos on YouTube or Facebook, you're already tapping into the search engine's power. Optimize the content now with links to your courses. It's one of the key things I teach most of my students all the time, and most of our course creators, is to go and optimize the content they already have that's leading to their course. And then questions that are already being asked. Questions are a superpower leading to educational content. Go to places like Quora, Facebook groups, anywhere that's got questions about your topic, and start to answer those questions so that you can lead people through to the content, through to the blogs, through to the course, through the educational people that you have. Not only is educating your market critical to outlining your expertise, but it's also imperative that we inform our customers about how we teach. And this is why educational marketing is amazing, because it empowers them to choose to work with us, to learn from us, and to be taught by us. So a good educational campaign needs a few things. It needs to address the need point of your students. So hence why we go to AnswerThePublic and we find out what the needs are. Or if you've got needs being expressed to you by your potential market, you write those down and you start creating content around that. There also needs to be valuable enough to get an email address. So if we're going to start building an email list and we're giving a download or an ebook, we want to make sure that the content is valuable enough to get an email address to bring them into the cycle. So what are we providing them? We also need to give the students a potential win, and we need to make sure that we follow it up. And this is why my passion for ebooks and webinars work, because they're gated, meaning you get emails for the education content and then you can nurture action from there. Now, social is always great. We do want to make sure that we've got all the really amazing social stuff out there, but ebooks and webinars work really, really well. So let's run through an example of an ebook campaign. You're going to create your ebook. You might get to teach and make sure there's a win in it. You're then going to create a landing page on your website. This is where the potential student's going to sign up and be clear what they're getting for their email. Don't overpromise, but make sure that you're going to be clear on what they're getting. And then you're going to write social posts, because now we've got the ebook and the landing page. 80% of that ebook is actually marketing it. That's 80% of the work. So having some varying images, using mock-up sites to create mock-ups for your ebook. And then we're going to have a series of nurture emails. Now, we've got some courses on creating nurture sequences, and we've got some ebooks out there if you want to go and have a look at those. The nurture sequence then is the lead to, and that's not sell the whole time. It's about 5 to 8 emails that are going to lead people through to that campaign. An example webinar campaign is a little bit different. Now, webinars are great because you get to present live, or you can present evergreen. I'm a big fan of the live webinar, but evergreen webinars do work. So first of all, you set your topic, you write your slides, and you address the pain point. You don't need to address 5 or 6 pain points. 1 pain point by ebook, 1 pain point by webinar is all great. Then you're going to create your slides. Then once again, you're going to be clear on what's being delivered in the webinar and create the landing page. You're going to write some social posts, and you're going to get those social posts ready to go. Then you're going to go into your webinar delivery on the day of the webinar, and you're going to talk about your topic, and then you're going to lead through possibly with a limited offer to your course. Whatever the offer is, make sure it's got a limited time window so you get them to take action. And then you've got the nurture email. So once again, we're going to say, thank you for attending. Here's the offer. Here's the countdown. Then we're going to give them a series of emails that will touch back on that webinar and help them implement the learning, deliver them the wins. The ways that you can promote your ebooks and your webinars is, like I said, go and answer those questions. Share them socially, add a pop-up to your website, or put an opt-in on your existing content, your existing blog posts. Now, the reason that nurturing through this process, post-webinar or post-ebook download, is really, really crucial is that 80% of leads never translate into sales unless they're followed up. 96% of visitors who come to your website aren't ready to buy at that moment in time. So having an ebook or an opt-in is really good. And that's the stat from Active Marketing. Companies that blog more than 11 times per month get more than 4 times as many leads as those who blog 4 to 5 times per month. Look, we're small business owners, most of us. So blogging 4 to 5 times a month, if you're doing that, that's going to be a boost in traffic. Lead nurturing itself gets 4 to 10 times more responses than standalone blasts, and that's coming from Marketo. These are all really handy stats to remember about why we're going to employ educational marketing within our campaign. Things to remember before we round out this podcast episode. Educational marketing is ongoing. It's an ongoing part of the student cycle. Students will be seeking the information at all stages throughout their learning cycle. So bear that in mind. There'll be people just starting out to advanced people. Automate once you've created these landing pages by using evergreen strategies. So ebooks are great for this because they're evergreen and the blogs are there and they can just be added to your social programmer and marketed out. We recommend MeetEdgar because it allows you to be able to build things in by categories and have those posts go out for a long lifetime. And the follow-up makes your educational nurture sequence. We've talked lots today about how to make educational marketing part of your thing and what's the role. The biggest wrap-up that I can give you, the biggest tip I can give you is educational marketing is absolutely natural when it comes to course creators. We love teaching. Teach the basics in your educational marketing campaign. Create interest and nurture your students through to give them those wins post opt-in that's going to allow them to come and learn from you down the track. Remember, it takes time. It takes 7 to 8 touches to attract a student. So educational marketing is perfect. We can create blogs on the topic. We can create webinars on the topic. We can create social posts on the topic, and we can create videos on the topic, and we can nurture them all the way through. Thanks for joining me for this episode. Tune in. Don't forget to subscribe so you get alerted when we put new podcast episodes out for you just like this.
Thank you for listening to the Course Creators Circle podcast. Don't forget to check out the full range of resources available for course creators at www.thecoursecreatorscircle.com.au.